Hello, everybody, and welcome to Life Groups. We're now into our third week of this Bastards and Babes series, where we're looking at recovering the beauty of God's design. And by now, on Sundays, if you've been coming along, you would have heard the overall picture of why this is so important, plus a breakdown of what it means to be men and then what it means to be women. And to kind of sum up the three, because they followed pretty similar paths in terms of how the preachers have been laid out, we've looked at the fact that God designs stuff a certain way. It gets messed up, and there's a fall and there's brokenness that happens in all of us, which affects us in different ways. But ultimately, Jesus wants to be the benchmark for us and our Redeemer, and the way that we can get back to God's original design in the way we interact with Him and with each other. So that's a bit of a sum up. And to remind us of those big questions that kind of all of men and all of women have been left with because of the fall. On the man's side, the question is, have I got what it takes to be a son of God, to be a man, to be a father, to be a brother, to be a good husband? And for a lady, the big question is, am I valued? Am I valued to God? Am I valued in my relationships? Am I valuable in what I do? And those are those two big questions that kind of echo around all of our heads. And whether we ask them out loud or not, we live so much of our life asking those questions. So what we've done is we've re-emphasized those questions tonight. We're asking them again in a bunch of different ways. And the point of tonight is to help us diagnose how sin and brokenness in us has kind of thrown us off our original design, and then to look at the end about how Jesus actually gets us back to full health. And so tonight, we've got a bunch of questions for men, and we've got a bunch of questions for women that we're going to ask you to be really honest about. The goal here is not to focus on our sin or to try and feel bad or guilty. It's to honestly go, God, how have I been affected by this gender agenda stuff? How have I been influenced in my life? So that we are clear about how to climb back into Jesus, how to get redeemed by Him, and how to look to Him to actually get stuff out of our life. And this is a safe place in our environments, in our communities, to actually heal, to confess, to be vulnerable, and to become more and more like Christ. And so that's the goal of tonight. Once again, I want to make the request that it doesn't become a debate or a battle between genders or between your leader and you guys. We're all on the journey together to finding out what it is that God wants for us. And I really, really hope that you have a great night.